I'm going to be showing you guys my full, very in-depth hair care routine. This video is sponsored by BetterHelp. Hair care routine on YouTube was 9 months ago now, and you guys really liked that video for some reason. I'm gonna be showing you guys like my updated hair care routine. A few things change here and there, and we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit of the background of my hair just so you know like what we're working with. Also, to all my girlies watching this that are really trying to get a hair care routine down, there's a million things on the internet. You don't know what's right, you don't know what's wrong. I'm gonna kind of give you the basics of where you need to start and all the things you need to figure out before you start your hair care routine. First, you want to figure out what your hair strand is. I have always had fine hair, and a lot of people get confused by what that means. A lot of people think fine hair means your overall hair is thin, but it actually is talking about the size like of your hair strand. And you can have fine, medium to thick hair strands, but this is something that like I feel like everyone really needs to know, especially before you're gonna go buy a product. If you have fine hair and you go and buy a trending product and you didn't look at the ingredients, there could be castor oil, shea butter, all of these really heavy products in it, and your hair is just being super weighed down, and that's because it's not suitable for your hair type. You need to find out if you have a wave pattern or not. This is my hair blow dried, and I do actually have a wave pattern. I just kind of tend to blow dry my hair because it's easier. We're trying to love our natural hair here, okay? Everyone's hair falls under something on this chart. I don't know exactly my wave type. It changes with the weather. It's literally a mixture of all of the twos. Top is 2A, the middle is 2B, and the bottom is 2C. I don't know. So growing up, I literally had straight-ish hair, but it was always like super puffy. Then when I turned like 19, 20, 21. Also during this age for women, you can go through your second puberty, and a change in hormones can literally change the texture of your hair. So for me, it made my hair get way wavier. My hair started getting like really puffy, frizzy. I didn't know what that meant. I saw a video on the internet that was like, if you have puffy straight hair, you probably have a wave pattern. I was like, oh. Tried a wavy routine. Who knew I had a wave pattern? Now we want to know our scalp type. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand that scalp health is the key to having healthy hair. You cannot have healthy hair if you do not have a healthy scalp. I kind of went on like a whole tangent in this part and it's all over the place, so I'm just gonna refilm it really quick. There's normal, oily, and dry scalps. I used to have a super duper oily scalp, and that was from hormones and not taking care of scalp the way I should have been. I was a teenager. I had to wash my hair like every single day because my scalp would get so oily by the end of the day if I washed my hair in the morning. But I also was using really bad drugstore products that had bad ingredients in it, clogging up my scalp, and I was washing it too much, so it was stripping my scalp, so my scalp was getting oilier quicker. Now my scalp is more normal, but it does still lean over to the more oily side. All the things I'm going to show you that I do to my scalp in this video have made it so my hair can last up to 5 to 7 days sometimes. How often do you wash your hair? How can I make my hair last longer? Can I wash my hair every single day? Can I train my hair? And I'm gonna answer all of them as quickly as possible so we can get into the hair care routine. But first, a message from our sponsor. Aside from hair care, skincare, self-care, I do think it's very important to take a step back and see how we are actually doing mentally. For me personally, I have dealt with the challenge of anxiety disorders and depression throughout my entire life. A few years back, it was really weighing on me and affecting my everyday life activities, my relationship, work, literally everything. I knew I finally needed to do something about it, so I decided to go to therapy. Going into therapy, like a real life office experience, was way too much for me to handle at this time. Then I remembered hearing about BetterHelp. BetterHelp is a platform that makes finding a therapist easier because it's online. Just by filling out a few questions, BetterHelp can match you with a professional therapist in as little as a few days. BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more affordable and accessible. I mean, you can literally do it from the comfort of your own home. One thing that I was nervous about, of course, was finding a therapist that I like and vibe with, but with BetterHelp, if you don't feel like it's a good match with your therapist, you can easily switch to a new one with no additional cost. During this time in my life, therapy really helped me. It was nice to have someone to talk to that listened to me and helped me along the way. And regardless if you have anxiety, depression, we all have difficult things that we have to deal with in life, and therapy can give you tools to approach everything in a very different way. So if you are struggling, please do not be afraid to consider online therapy with BetterHelp. You can click the link in my description, or you can visit betterhelp.com/Kaylee. Thank you so much, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this video. I love you guys. Back to the video. Training your hair, I've said a different answer in the past. I thought you could train your hair, but doing more scientifical research, not true. There's this like kind of rumor thing on the internet. If you just don't wash your hair and you go for like a month long, your scalp and hair will start to like self-clean itself. That does not exist. That is not real. Technically isn't great to wash your hair every day. I think most people can get to every other day because it's mainly not good for your mids and ends as well, because it just dries them out so much and you're gonna have a bunch of breakage, and then it's just gonna seem like your hair isn't growing anymore. How often should you wash your hair? No one on the internet can tell you that answer. You have to wash your hair when you feel like you need to wash your hair. I know that's not a fun answer. I know everyone wants an exact answer, and I do not have a set time. It's literally like 1 to 3 times a week for me, but it's different every single week of my life. Different on how the weather is, how much product I use, if I went out, if I sweat, if I'm close to my period, foods that I consume. Please do not feel like you have to get your hair to like 7 days. If you see someone on the internet, do that. If you're oily, wash your hair. What do you do after you work out? And I'm gonna be totally transparent. I don't really work out that much, but for all my gym girlies watching this, if you sweat a lot on your scalp, you need to wash your hair. If you don't wash your hair, there's a bunch of hacks. You know, after you come home, take a body shower, you go with dry shampoo and you just blow dry your roots. I've seen all of the videos. I've tried it myself and it does work, but all that's doing is clogging up the follicle. That can also lead to hair loss as well. For my girls that have dry and flaking scalps, a lot of times your scalp might be flaking, not because it's dry, but because you're using something that's too heavy for your scalp, or you're not exfoliating your scalp as much that it needs. I will say that helped my boyfriend. I completely cleared his flaky scalp. It was the salicylic acid treatment. I use this once a week on him, but honestly, I'm not as knowledgeable in that because I've never dealt with it personally, and I would just say to contact a dermatologist. So I have about 3 parts to my hair care routine: pre-wash, washing, and post-washing. Of course, we're going to start out with pre-wash. Pretty much pre-wash just means any kind of treatment you do to your hair before you wash your hair. I have been doing pre-wash oil masks, I think like 2 years now. I'm gonna leave a link in the description on the study that was done. Rosemary was compared to minoxidil, and minoxidil is another thing that has been proven to promote healthy and stronger hair growth. And pretty much rosemary oil did the same exact thing. I saw results about 3 months in. It's not gonna be like an overnight thing. It's a very consistent thing. I do an oil mask 1 to 2 times a week. More than that is actually bad and can cause hair loss. Always before I do an oil mask, I go in with a bamboo brush. I'm literally gonna sit here for 5 minutes and go on just my scalp with this brush, or just your fingers. You don't have to go and buy a bamboo brush, but I do prefer it. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Scalp oil is more effective when you stimulate your scalp. To put it short, it's like awakening the follicle and making it so the scalp oil gets in there better. Some do's and don'ts with scalp oiling. Do not use rosemary essential oil on your scalp. That will make your hair fall out, like literally in chunks. You always want to dilute it with a carrier oil. My favorite one is argan oil, and then you can just look up the measurements on how many drops of the essential oil put in. I already buy mine diluted. If you ever get this exact one, you don't have to dilute it. A very big thing that a lot of people mess up when hair oiling is leaving it on for too long. You do not want to leave your hair oil on for more than 4 hours. That means no sleeping with an oil mask in. Another don't is to brush your hair after you have put oil in it. And I'm sure everyone watching this has heard, don't brush your hair when it's wet, because it is in its most fragile state. When you do an oil mask, it is very similar. So your hair can break a lot easier, so you just never really want to brush it. I take about 1 full dropper. I part my hair and I'm gonna put 1 drop here, 1 drop here, 1 drop here. I section my hair every single inch. Drop, 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 inch over, drop, drop, drop. This is honestly the most effective way to get an even amount of oil all over. For the back, I literally go like this and just like push it out. I take a few more drops and I put it on thinning spots, which are usually face framing Actually, one of my biggest pet peeves that a lot of hair content people try to tell people, that products and things can make your hair grow faster. There is no possible way that you can make your hair grow faster than its normal rate. Unless you are pregnant. Okay, that's the only thing that's ever made people's hair grow faster than its normal rate. A lot of things that most people use, drugstore shampoo and conditioners, food you eat, how much sleep you're getting, how much water you drink, if you sweat a lot, there are so many factors that slows our hair growth down. By doing scalp stimulation, eating healthier, washing your hair the correct amount that it needs, that helps your hair grow at its normal rate. But you cannot grow your hair faster. There's a big thing where people think that rosemary will help grow your hair faster. I remember when I cut my hair, I think I was like 12 years old. I wanted short hair and I instantly regretted it. I literally watched every single YouTube video on I grew my hair 5 inches in a month, and the thumbnail was like the hair's up here, then it's down here. Liars. I want to know where y'all are at now because you guys are liars. Set a 3-minute timer. I'm going to just massage the oil into my scalp with my fingertips. And I'm not rubbing like this. I'm actually taking my fingers and moving the skin on my scalp in circular motion. And this is just really making sure the rosemary oil is getting in there. This is a freaking arm workout. Now that we have taken care of our scalp, we are going to be applying oil to our mids and ends. I'm almost out. I've had this for a really long time. My all-time favorite is argan oil. I don't know what it is. My hair and argan oil love each other. I take half of a dropper, really massage that all into my hair. I actually have another do and don't with hair oiling. You do not want your hair to be drenched in oil. If you over oil your mids and ends, you're going to have to use more shampoo to cleanse your hair afterwards. Waste of product on both sides with the oil and the shampoo. By the time you get all the oil out of your hair, the shampoo has completely stripped your hair and your hair is going to be super dry, which kind of completely defeats the entire purpose by doing an oil mask. Less is definitely more. I'm now going to put my hair in a braid. I do not want my hair to be tugged on, and this is actually my favorite hairstyle to sleep in. My hair has been getting longer and I am actually growing out my hair currently. We're trying to get it to like past our butt a little bit. With that, my hair can just get super like all over the place when I sleep. So much breakage can occur when you're sleeping. I am very prone to back knee and acne like on my neck and my chest. Like right now I'm having a little bit of a hormonal breakout right here. One thing that can definitely cause acne, leaving your hair like this, and if you had a tank top on and it's rubbing on the back of your neck and your back. And I hide the little hair tie and I take a claw clip and I secure that into place, and I go in with a claw clip. You definitely don't want there to be tension on your head. The minimum amount that I will leave it in for is an hour, just to at least get some benefits from it. I will be back in probably 3 to 4 hours to wash my hair. Now moving on to washing. First, of course, I'm gonna get my hair thoroughly wet. When washing hair, I always use warm water. It helps to open up the pores on the scalp, to let in that shampoo to very thoroughly clean the scalp, and it helps just open up the cuticle of the hair to just make sure your hair is getting really clean. Going in with one of my favorite shampoos by Crown Affair. I really like this one for like getting my scalp really clean but not stripping my hair. I first lather that in my hand and I only wash my roots. Thoroughly rinsing that out, and I'm actually going to be double cleansing, and I'm taking a different shampoo, and this one is by Keratin. I like to go in with this one on my second shampoo because my scalp is more cleaned and opened up, and it can actually receive those beneficial ingredients that the shampoo contains. On my second shampoo, I like to take a scalp massager, really scrub my scalp to exfoliate and to also, again, make sure that I am getting the beneficial properties from the shampoo. Also, something I've been doing for a while is splitting my hair in the back, really cleaning that area because there can be so much product buildup, oil buildup. So as you guys saw, I only washed my roots. Your roots on a normal wash day are really the only thing that need to be cleansed. Your mids and ends are getting cleansed enough when that shampoo from your roots is getting rinsed down the lengths of the hair. But that doesn't mean I don't ever wash my mids and ends. If you struggle with, you just freshly wash your hair and it's dried, but it still feels like there's product in your hair, it's dull, it's weighed down, you most likely have product buildup, you can easily get rid of that with a clarifying shampoo. Redken clarifying shampoo is my favorite, so I do go in with this 1 to 2 times a month, and I wash all of my hair with this. Every single time I go in with this, I make sure to go in with a deep conditioning mask afterwards because it can be very drying. Rinsing out my shampoo very thoroughly, split my hair in half again and rinse just to really make sure all that shampoo is removed. After shampooing once a week or once every 2 weeks, I go in with a hair mask, and today I went in with a hydration hair mask. I mainly focus that on my mids and ends. I do break one of the biggest hair rules, and I do actually brush my hair through, but I've been doing this forever, and brushing your hair with a conditioner or a hair mask when your hair has a lot of slip makes your hair detangle so easily, and there's no tugging or pulling, and it really ensures that the hair mask is getting on every hair strand. I leave that in for 10 minutes. One of my most asked questions is what I do for that 10 minutes. Floss, I will brush my teeth, I will exfoliate, I will shave, and usually that adds up to about 10 minutes. And no, I do not leave the water running the entire time. Rinsing that out very thoroughly. I always make sure to rinse out products thoroughly because they're not formulated to be leave-in product. Now taking a little bit of conditioner, a little goes a long way, and just massaging that into my mids and ends. And I will leave that on for about 2 to 3 minutes. I finish off rinsing with cool water, which helps with shine, lock in moisture, and helps seal the cuticle. If you've been watching my channel, you guys know I've struggled with acne for over 10 years now. And one thing that has really helped is making sure I wash my face first and then my body after conditioning. A lot of residue from oils, shampoo, conditioner, hair masks can be left on the face and the back, and all of that can actually cause acne. And then of course finishing it off with my microfiber hair towel. We are moving on to the post-washing portion. This is filmed at different times, by the way, so yes, there's literally a new background, new nails. I only use microfiber hair towels now. I let it sit in my hair for 10 to 15 minutes. Also, this is my favorite microfiber hair towel. I don't know if I fully showed it, but this one is literally so big. It has a loop, so you can like actually tuck it in the back, and it's amazing for long hair. I have a bunch of these as well that have the button, but my hair like sticks out of these now because it's gotten longer. It helps fight against frizz. It absorbs water faster. It helps against breakage, and it's just more like gentle on your hair. It doesn't like roughen up the cuticle of your hair as much as a normal towel. I am going to be going in with leave-in conditioner. I've tried a bunch. This is my favorite right now, and I've been consistently using this for 3 months now. A pump and a half. Leave-in products are newer in my routine. After I bleached my hair, I needed to use a leave-in. I couldn't brush it after my shower. It helps lock in that moisture. It just makes your hair look and feel more hydrated. My favorite part of leave-ins are, most of them are detanglers. I'm also going in with the Tangle Teaser brush. This is the only brush I will use on my wet hair. It has all like the different length teeth. I know this is a little weird. This is the amount of hair that I lost in the shower, and this is not a lot. This is a little bit. How much hair you lose really does depend on like so many factors. The average person loses like 150 hairs a day. Say you go 7 days without washing your hair or doing any scalp stuff like bamboo brushing, you could lose like 700 if not more hairs when you wash your hair, because all of those dead hairs were just sitting there waiting to be taken out by some stimulation. It's usually pretty easy to tell if it is hair fall, which is completely normal, or hair loss. So for hair loss, it's usually in one specific area. So like if it's like at the crown of your hair, or if it's your hairline, it can be from your diet, stress, age, genetics, any health conditions that you may not know about. And also if you started using any new products. If you are experiencing hair loss though, like, and you can tell it's not just normal hair fall, I would definitely suggest going to the doctor. I know everybody can't do that. I have to say that because there could be an underlying issue. It's probably better to know if you have something like that. And I'm gonna be putting in a few drops of hair oil. My go-to has been Kerastase. This is still an amazing product, but I have been using the Fable and Mane Maha Smooth and Shine. It is absolutely insane how much it stops frizz. It also makes your hair really shiny. One thing that is newer to my high maintenance extreme hair care routine is a scalp serum. This is the Calming Scalp Serum by Crown Affair, and I like it because it's in a spray bottle and it's really easy to just spray on your scalp. After you wash your face, like, you put moisturizer on it. And the scalp is also skin. Ever since I've started using this, my scalp has just felt better. That is the end of the leave-in. And if I were to let my hair air dry, just like normal, not styling it technically wavy, that would be it. I am going to be blow drying my hair in this video. I have two products that I go in with when I blow dry my hair. I'm gonna take the Color Wow Dream Coat, and I literally section my hair because I don't want this to get everywhere. If you live in a humid climate and you go out and your hair just like turns into a big giant frizzy poof ball, this is the product for you. Dream Coat does have heat protectant in it, but I am a hair care freak and I also do go in with the heat protectant. Really wanting to make sure my hair is very well protected. I go in with the Marinilla Cream Heat Spray, and I actually sprayed in my hand because it's like a cream. I feel like it should be in a pump, and I'm just gonna kind of coat that everywhere. If you use a round brush and a blow dryer, first thing, you need a nozzle. Seriously is like really important. It's just so much heat damage. It's also just asking for frizz. The key to blow drying your hair and getting it shiny with no frizz, you put the brush under your hair. A lot of people think that you are evaporating the water from your hair, but you're actually trying to move the water down the strands of the hair, like off of it. You always want to go down. Going up is like the worst mistake that you can make. Roughening up the cuticle of your hair, it's going to frizz. You're going in with a blow drying round brush, no matter if it's like a super expensive one like the Dyson or a more affordable one like the Revlon. These aren't blow dryers, and I feel like they're kind of marketed that way. You have to use these on like 80 to 90% dry hair, or it's just frying your hair. It's such unnecessary heat and it can cause so much frizz. Like, this is still a little bit too wet if I went in with one of these right now. If you want to avoid frizz, I would suggest going under, because if you think about it, if you're going like this, if you have any baby hairs or anything, you're making them flick upwards, and then you're gonna just have like all of these flyaways everywhere. Going under hides all of those. Why do you use the Dyson? Like, it's so expensive. Is it really that big of a difference? The main reason why I gravitate towards more expensive tools, they regulate heat so much better than cheaper tools. Cheaper tools are made with cheaper materials. They don't regulate heat like they say they do. It can say it's like 250 degrees and it can be like freaking 400 degrees, and it's like just frying your hair. More expensive tools are way more accurate. The materials that are used are usually better for your hair. Am I saying everybody needs to go and spend $700 on Dyson? Absolutely not. If you are using the Revlon, which I think this is an amazing hair tool, always use the lower medium settings. Honestly, I feel like the high setting just isn't even worth it. I use heat on my hair once a week. I'm gonna go do my hair, I'm gonna put it in rollers. I am sweating so much. I just finished putting my hair all in rollers, and I like to let my rollers sit for like 3 hours, but you can just leave them in for like 10 minutes until they cool. That's what a lot of people do, but I do think the longer you leave them in, the better they look. So I will see you later. The volume is a little intense today. When I tell people how to get volume and I say rollers, I do always add a few drops of oil to it. Now I'm gonna show you the before and just gliding my hand over all of it. And this just makes it so much shinier. And then this is after. I do like to preserve this as long as I can. So I'm gonna put a clip in right here. I first go in with a night serum. I take like a pump and a half of that, massage that through my mids and ends. And then my favorite also is to go in with the Kerastase hair oil, and I go in with like half a pump of that and massage all of that through my mids and ends. If I'm trying to preserve the blowout, I just put a silk cap on. Sometimes I will even put a Velcro roller in, and I know it looks really funny, but this is how I go to bed. And when I wake up, this is what my hair looks like. It does fall a little bit. I want to thank you if you're still here. I know this video is long. I try to put as much information in my hair care videos because I get so many questions. But yes, I know this is very extreme. You have to realize this is literally my job. I'm very passionate about hair care, learning about it. I love doing research, learning the science behind it. So I'm going to like want to test out a bunch of things to see how good I can get my hair to look. Growing up, I just used whatever was in the shower, whatever my mom bought. Tresemme, Garnier, or mane and tail. If our family was very on a budget, it was like the VO5. This is like newer to my life, and absolutely everything in this video is not necessary. I just, you know, like I said, want to give you guys all the tips and tricks. I don't want to gatekeep any products. I want to show you like all of my favorite products because I've tested out so many, but I definitely think it is working. My hair is so much thicker than it used to be. I am filming a video that will include all of the ways that I grow in my hair the healthiest and strongest way possible. I'm growing my hair out in the video. The video that I'm filming is probably going to take like 6 months to film, so it is very much in the future, but it is going to be a very good video. And if you want to see that, make sure to subscribe, make sure to hit the post notification, the little bell down there, so you don't miss when I post, because I post at really random times. Everything I used in this video is linked in the description in chronological order that I use if you want to test out any of the products. If you try any of the tips in this video or any of the products, you can follow and DM me on my Instagram. And I love seeing your guys' message showing like your before and afters of like a few weeks of following the tips that I've shared, and it is absolutely mind-boggling. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next one. Bye!
I don't know if you like the way I put my words together, but I need you to stick with me just like some birds of feathers. But like bricks and scales, hand in hand, dropping corn straight down the well. Wish me well, wish me